All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Pokemon. So I want to unbox a box of Cryptid Nation First Edition, some MetaZoo here that I was actually planning on keeping sealed. But I want to go ahead and open it here because I wanted to do a kind of like a little MetaZoo discussion video here and address maybe some of the concerns that I've had with MetaZoo recently. So I want to start off by saying I'm a huge MetaZoo fan. I have been since the beginning, since Cryptid Nation First Edition dropped. I remember waiting for that first July drop that they did. And it's been really one of the most fun things that I've been able to do with a couple of my friends that have gotten into it as well, and just talking about it, collecting it together, and just talking about some of the pools that we've got, opening it together on holidays or birthdays or whatever. MetaZoo has been a really fun addition to my life over the past couple of years. And I really love it. I really love the product. I love the characters. I love the idea behind it. I love the whole concept of cryptids. There's so many other cryptids that are close to home, like the Loveland Frogman, very close to where I grew up. Even the Mothman from West Virginia, which is something I want to talk about here as well. Very close to where I grew up. It's a very cool concept, very cool company. I love the frequency of the drops. I love the product. But there are some things, some concerns that I want to address here, and some issues that I've had that I think need to be talked about. I think people are afraid to offer any criticism of anything with MetaZoo because they seem to be so they just seem to be really opposed to receiving any type of criticism, whether it's justified or not. And so people, I feel afraid to speak out. And, you know, they sent me the Influencer Medal, which I thought was really awesome. That's something that I cherish. I graded it. I got a 10. It's going to be in my personal collection forever. They've sent me a lot of free product right before drops to make videos on, so I can get kind of an early video going, and that's been great. And I'm very appreciative and grateful of all that. But there have been some things, especially today, that I wanted to address. So the first thing that I wanted to address as we open this box topper here, I'm going to use scissors, is the Mothman Festival. It was at the end of September, and it was in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. So me and my girlfriend, this was like the first trip we ever took together. I said, you know, there's this MetaZoo thing I'm into. There's this Mothman Festival. MetaZoo's going to be there. They're giving away a Mothman promo card, and I've been trying to get her into MetaZoo as well. So she was like, finally, okay, I'll go. I mean, we can go. And one of the reasons why we went was because MetaZoo was supposed to be there, and they were going to be giving away this really cool Mothman Festival promo card, and that's what they advertise on their Instagram. That's, I think, the reason why a lot of people went was to get this promo card, because obviously Mothman is like the Charizard of the brand. I got an Earth Aura here, and it's a lot of people's favorite card, and it's one of my favorite cards as well. So the Mothman Festival promo card, it was really cool and really desirable. So me and my girl, we went to this festival. We waited in line for about 2 hours, and when we got to the end of the line, they said, sorry, we don't have the Mothman promo cards. They didn't get printed in time or whatever. And so we waited in line for 2 hours for, I believe it was a free booster pack of Cryptid Nation's second edition. So probably worth like $1. So that was kind of a disappointment because it was an expensive trip. I think I probably spent over $500 between food and hotel and gas and all that. And it was fun. I mean, we still had fun there. It was a great festival and a great experience, but it was pretty disappointing that what they advertised, it wasn't there. They didn't have the promo card. So that was something that kind of rubbed me the wrong way right off the bat. And then when you get to the front of the line, they had a sign that said, take a picture, tag the Instagram MetaZoo, and then contact MetaZoo customer support and say, send them the picture of you at the Mothman booth or with the Mothman or whatever, and they'll send you the promo card. So we both did that immediately. And initially, a couple weeks went by without me getting any response. So I kept emailing, and then eventually they told me to email this person named Max. I emailed them, and then I got a response. Then after a few weeks, I ended up getting the promo card. Maybe about a month it took to get the promo card because this was the end of September. I probably got my promo around the beginning of October. Now we're in November. So at this point, my girl, she's emailed them a lot. She's emailed them probably close to a dozen times from her email address. So I emailed them from mine finally and said, hey, my girlfriend's trying to get a hold of you guys. She went to the Mothman Festival with me, and she saw my card when I got it. And she was excited about it. She wanted to get her card, so she kept emailing, like trying to get her card. Oh, we did the card trick wrong. We got a Babe the Blue Ox Reverse Holo. I forgot it was 2 cards. I felt like I was opening Pokemon here. So Reverse Holo Babe on the first pack. But she was like, hey, I like this card. And she's starting to get into MetaZoo. She was. And she was excited to get her card. So she kept emailing. She didn't get any response. Nothing back at all. No acknowledgement whatsoever with the customer support or with the person that customer support told us to email. So that was starting to make her a little bit upset. So then, finally, after I emailed them a couple times from my email address saying, hey, she wants to get this promo card and she's not getting any response, eventually they respond, and this is towards the end of October now. And they say, okay, here's your tracking information. So they give her the tracking information, and now she's really excited. She's literally got the updates going on her phone, checking her phone every day, trying to see where the package is at. Can't wait to get it in the mailbox. So today, the package is supposed to be delivered. It's out for delivery. She's finally going to get her Mothman promo card 2 months after the Mothman Festival. And I'm telling you guys, she's been excited about it all day. She's been talking about it all day. Finally, she's going to get this card. It gets delivered. She goes to the mailbox, gets it, opens it up. It's addressed to her. She's excited. It's from MetaZoo Games. And what's inside the box? I'll give you one guess. It's not the Mothman Festival promo card. I'm going to put an overlay of what it was right here in the video. And that's why I'm not doing this live. It was a 2nd anniversary promo card. Full Hollow Silver Bullet. Nice. So she's extremely disappointed. And I wanted to talk about this in a video because this is an example. I've seen a lot of different complaints about MetaZoo ranging from all sorts of different things, from shipping to delays and all this stuff. And this is a perfect example of an opportunity where they could have had a brand new customer. I am trying to get her interested into it. It's something that I like. It's something I enjoy. And she took an interest in it because I did as well. And this was an opportunity for them to gain a new fan, a new customer, and probably would have doubled every order that I placed because then she would have wanted it too, because she would have been into it as well. And this is a perfect example of where they didn't pay attention to her. She went to this event hoping to get this thing that they promised, and the customer support ignored her for months. She didn't get the thing that she was promised. And then when they finally do acknowledge her, they don't even send her the right card. So now she's turned off and she's not into it. So this is like a real world example of where MetaZoo, because of whatever the reason is, whatever the reason, the customer support never replied to her. And I'm talking probably a dozen emails from her, and she even tried different email addresses. No response whatsoever. Whatever reason, they shipped her the wrong card. Whatever logistical issue is going on at MetaZoo, it cost them a customer because now she's upset. She doesn't want to be a part of it because she feels like they don't care about her. And she was someone that would have been a new customer. So I wanted to give that example because I think it's something that's important. This was an opportunity for them that they missed to get a brand new customer. Like I said, my order size for everything that I buy with MetaZoo probably would have doubled. They would have doubled their sales with this one particular customer, and they missed that opportunity. So that was one thing I wanted to talk about here. Now, there's a couple other things I want to talk about for the course of this video, but I want to get into this opening a little bit, and then we'll get into that stuff. So that was one thing I wanted to address with MetaZoo. Again, I love MetaZoo. I love the brand, but they're really dropping the ball on some of this stuff. Another thing that I wanted to address, the second MetaZoo Kickstarter, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with the complaints about this. The second MetaZoo Kickstarter, it was the playing card Kickstarter. It was, I believe we originally paid for our pledges in January or February of this year, 2022. And I believe the original promised expected ship date, I should say, was either May or June. So obviously that didn't happen. It kept getting delayed. It kept getting pushed back. There was minimal updates, and that's fine. Kickstarter's not promised. It's not guaranteed. It's kind of a risky investment or kind of a risky pledge. And these shipping times are not guaranteed. Now, when people's stuff finally did start getting shipped, and I believe it was maybe August or September, which was way later than expected, I kept contacting customer support because some of my friends were getting their product, and I was an Archcaster, I believe, which was like the $500 tier, and I didn't get any of my stuff, and my friends that did like the $65 one of everything, like the cheap tier, they were all getting their stuff. And this was maybe, like I said, August and September. Just 3 days ago, I believe it was Friday, Friday the end of October, I finally got my Kickstarter stuff. And it was, so obviously it was way late compared to everybody else that had gotten theirs 2 or 3 months prior. I got basically no customer support. I contacted them several times throughout the months just trying to get an update on my order because I hadn't heard anything, no shipping information, no tracking, no nothing. And I just thought it was kind of, I don't want to be the guy that complains about every little thing because I really enjoyed the Kickstarter product. But it just seemed kind of backwards. I understand the rationale. They fulfilled all the smaller orders first, because that way they could fulfill the largest number of orders with whatever product they had available, to appease the most amount of people quickly. But it seems kind of backwards to ship the people who spent the most money last, because those people were the ones that were willing to invest the most in MetaZoo and support the Kickstarter the most with their wallet. And they were the ones that kind of got screwed, because there probably were a lot of people looking to maybe sell some of it on the secondary market. And by the time they got their product 2 or 3 months after everybody else got theirs, the secondary market is down to nothing. I mean, some of the singles are just selling for a couple dollars from the holo promo boxes. And so the people that had the large orders kind of got screwed, and they got their stuff later than the other people, which I think is just kind of a backwards way of doing it. And then again, you've got this customer support issue where I heard nothing from them until like maybe a couple weeks before I finally got my product. And here we go, a really good hit, a Loveland Frogman Full Holo, one of my favorite cards. So that's going to go in a sleeve and a card saver. But that was just another example of something that really bothered me, because $500, and there was a $1,000 tier as well. And I saw a lot of people complaining in the MetaZoo Kickstarter comment section about this. $1,000 is a lot of money. It's not a small sum. That's like a lot of people's mortgages, probably a lot more than a lot of people's mortgages. It's a substantial amount of money to pledge to a trading card game Kickstarter. And for those people, and even me, the $500, for those people to not even get a response from customer support, and I did eventually get one, maybe on my 3rd or 4th try contacting them, but to not even get a response from customer support on a product that's already missed a handful of the deadlines, because they kept promising in the Kickstarter updates a new deadline, a new ship time. It's going to finally ship by this date, and they kept missing these deadlines, and then eventually it was, 6 months late? I mean, it was super late. And it was just, the whole thing was kind of a disaster, honestly. And so there was that. And that was another complaint that I had, and that's mostly customer service related, but I guess it's also shipping and fulfillment and logistics related, like with the Mothman promo card. So that was one thing that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And again, I see why people are afraid of saying anything critical of MetaZoo, because if you guys are in kind of the inside loop where they're sending you some free product, or they know who you are and they kind of like the content that you put out and they appreciate what you're doing, you don't want to end up on the shit list by saying something negative, which I totally understand, and hopefully I don't. But I think these are really genuine, valid concerns. Number one, the girlfriend thing, where she could have became a new MetaZoo customer, and she didn't, because she felt like they just flat out didn't care about her and didn't respond to any of her messages, and they promised a promo card that she never got. Oh, Chaos Crystal Full Holo. Very nice. I think it's going to be a good box. And we honestly spent a lot of money on that trip for MetaZoo to get there. Then this Kickstarter thing, a lot of people spent a lot of money because they like MetaZoo. They wanted to support the Kickstarter. They believe in it. They spent a lot of money backing a project because they want to see MetaZoo succeed. And then they're ignored, and their product is shipped last, and they don't get any updates. And it just seems kind of mismanaged. And that seemed kind of like a disaster. And I understand. I am very understanding to the fact that MetaZoo is a very new company. It's only been around for a couple of years. They've got a lot of details that need to be worked out. They've got a lot of logistics that need to be figured out. I get that. I totally understand. But the customer support thing, I just really don't understand. I don't think you can really make the argument, we're a new company, so we're going to ignore 90% of the customer support messages that you send. I mean, how much effort does it take to hire a couple people, maybe at minimum wage, to just sit there and check the email 24/7? I mean, this company is making millions of dollars to just hire someone or make a new email address to just sit there, monitor, and reply to that email 24/7, and just pay them like a halfway decent salary, maybe, or just hourly, on an hourly basis, minimum wage. I mean, it doesn't seem like it would be that hard to have somebody in charge of customer support that at least gives everybody a response. That to me would be a significant step in the right direction. And the other thing too, I saw a lot of people talking about this. I don't care as much about this, but I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. The poker chips. So with that Kickstarter, let me do this pack first, and then I'll show you. Light Aura, Past Trap, Frozen People, Catnap, Chibi Mothman. And I was going to keep this box sealed, by the way. I bought this box for my sealed collection, but I just thought this video needed to be made. and it would be a lot more interesting if I was opening some product while I was doing it. Fresno Nightcrawler's reverse. I thought that would make it a little bit more engaging if I'm opening some stuff up. So I saw this complaint a lot, and I saw people's comments being removed and kind of ignored. The poker chips for the Kickstarter. Again, I don't really care too much about this. I didn't pay the additional add-on for the poker chips. It was a very expensive add-on to get the whole set. But a lot of people were complaining about the quality. They were promised a high-quality poker chip. And the images are they're like very low resolution. They're very pixelated. The poker chips, they feel pretty cheap. And I think a lot of people were expecting the metal box for the poker chips that was apparently pictured in the original Kickstarter. And they got a cardboard box, which is not standard. These were supposed to be, I guess, like a premium poker chip product. And I guess it's pretty standard for even like regular poker chips to come in a metal case. And these came in a cardboard box. And I think the rationale for people being upset is people actually want to use these to play poker, and people go to play, they traveled to play poker. They go somewhere. They want a case they can carry, a metal case with a handle. So a lot of people were upset about that, and I think that was something that was promised that wasn't really delivered on, or at least insinuated that they would get this metal case. So again, I'm not too concerned about it because I didn't buy the poker chips, but that's something that I saw. And what's really the point in me making this video? One, I'm making it because I want my girlfriend to get the card that she wants. I hope that someone at MetaZoo sees this and corrects the issue. She went to Mothman Festival. She was trying to get into MetaZoo. She was literally checking her tracking all day today, excited for this card. And she just looked totally shot down when it was the wrong card. It's like she just feels like they don't care about her. And I think it's kind of messed up. And I hope they make it right. And I hope maybe Mike or MetaZoo watches this video and at least internalizes some of these comments. The customer service thing, I think, is something that could be a pretty easy fix. And, you know, this whole complaint of where people criticize MetaZoo and their comments get deleted or they get banned from the Discord, I don't think that's right. If that's really what's happening, I'm not a member of the Discord. I don't really pay attention to what's going on there. I don't engage in the Discord conversation, so I really don't know if any of that's true. But that's what I've heard, is that when people complain, they generally get banned from the Discord and just not allowed to have a voice. And I think some of these concerns really, really do need to be brought to light. And another thing with the Kickstarter that I noticed in the comments of the Kickstarter, and I think this is a very valid point as well, is the random holographic card that was in the playing card decks. I guess it was originally promised that the random holographic card would be in addition to the cards in the deck, and there would be one in the deck, but it would be in addition. So the way they did the decks was the holo card was a card from the deck. So if you want to keep the holo card, you're basically ruining your playing card deck, which really doesn't make much sense. So I saw that complaint a lot as well. And I haven't really seen anybody address that from MetaZoo. I think that was something that in the original description of the Kickstarter, they promised it would be an additional card. Kind of like a perfect example is the new tarot cards for Seance. You get the whole deck of tarot cards that's sealed and to the side, and then you get one random promo, which is a card from the deck, but it's not from your deck, so you can't play with your tarot cards. It's an additional promo card. And I believe that's what people are saying was promised with the Kickstarter, and that was never addressed. So that was one thing that I also thought, I mean, it makes total sense, because I took all the holos out of my decks, and now none of those decks are playable, because they're all missing a card, and they're all missing a random card. Oh, nice, Chessie, so we got an obnoxious 9. So that was one thing. Another thing, and this is one that I would really like, if anybody from MetaZoo is watching this, I would really like some clarity on this one. The MetaZoo Dimac rugs. I don't know if you guys remember this or not. There was, I think this was around July. They posted on their Instagram and on their Twitter, they were releasing these MetaZoo Dimac rugs. There was like a frogman, there was a hodag, there was a Mothman, and each rug was supposed to come with a promo card. And the estimated shipping time, the shipping date, was supposed to be August, the following month from the pre-order. So it was a pre-sale, it was a pre-order for these rugs. Each rug was $150. Very expensive, very premium product. This is something that I bought 2 of. I bought one Frogman, because that's one of my favorites, and one Mothman rug. $300 on MetaZoo product. My order was confirmed. I got an order confirmation receipt. I can show it to you guys on the screen here. I ordered the rugs. It's way past August. We're in November now. I have heard absolutely nothing about these premium $150 rugs. In fact, if I go to the MetaZoo marketplace right now and I search the rugs, it doesn't even come up. The old listing, the old pre-sale, is nowhere to be found. You can't find even official pictures of the rugs anymore to see what they look like. So I'm very curious what's going on with the rugs, because there's been no updates. I've seen nothing on any of the YouTube channels that I watch that actually follow the Discord and kind of update on all the products that were supposed to come out, et cetera, et cetera. I've heard nothing about these rugs, and this was $300 that I spent. I'm very fortunate that with my main channel, I've got over 1 million subscribers. I make pretty good money. I'm able to buy some of this stuff it's really is expensive stuff, and some people might overlook that because I'm a YouTuber and I've got this big channel. But to the average person buying MetaZoo, to spend $300 on rugs is a lot of money, and to just have no update way past the estimated ship date, I think is a little bit ridiculous. And it's the same thing with all these things. People spending money on this trip to go to the Mothman Festival because they saw the Mothman promos advertised, and they didn't even have the card there in the first place. That's a lot of money. People spending hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on this Kickstarter. That's a lot of money. These are people that love and support your brand with their wallet, and they're spending a lot of money. And we're going into a recession right now, and people are still spending a lot of money with your brand, and they're not even receiving their products on time. They're not even receiving responses from customer support. And I really believe that if MetaZoo doesn't fix this, they're going to really start losing customers, and they're going to slow down on acquiring new ones because people aren't getting their stuff and they're feeling like they're not valued as a customer. So that's another concern that I have. And then, so here's another one. The Halloween promo packs. I was actually very happy that I received my Halloween promo packs the day of Halloween. I was able to do a Halloween opening the MetaZoo Halloween promo packs. That was great. That being said, I was surprised that they got there in time because they shipped very last minute, but I was very impressed that they did get there in time. But unfortunately, for a lot of people, from what I've seen, that was not the case. So a lot of people ordered this Halloween promo, I think it was like a month in advance that they dropped it, maybe just a couple weeks that they dropped the pre-sale. But some people didn't get it in time for Halloween, which kind of defeats the purpose, because I think the whole intent of having 20 packs per bag was so that people could hand it out on Halloween, and then you get it a day or two after Halloween. Then it's like, what's the point? Full Holo Hodag, very nice. Which I totally understand. It seems a little weird it seems a little pointless that you would get it after Halloween. So a lot of people were frustrated with that. But I will say, I was very happy that I was one of the fortunate people to get mine on time for Halloween. So that was one part of the Halloween thing I had an issue with. Another part of it was I ordered 10 of the Halloween packs on the pre-order, 10 of the bags. Now, the reason I ordered 10 was because we were supposed to receive a random MetaZoo-themed mask, different MetaZoo characters. There were several different masks that you could get, and I was going to try to collect the masks, and I wanted some different ones. You're supposed to get a random assorted mask. So I ordered 10. What showed up in the mail was a case of 10 of all of the same mask, all of an Indrid Cold. Now, there was a Frogman, there was a Mothman, there was a Lechuza, there was all these different masks. But if you bought 10, apparently this was the case with a lot of people, you got 10 of the same mask, which again kind of defeats the purpose of having a variety of masks. If people are trying to collect the masks, all the different ones, so they buy multiple of the product, why would you ship them 10 of the same? It seems pretty redundant, because if it's one person ordering it, what are they going to do with 10 of the same masks? I think it would have been a lot better if you got a case of random assorted masks so that people could try to collect all the masks, which I thought was kind of the point. Now, maybe I also misunderstood this part about the masks, but I was under the impression that each mask had a corresponding promo card. And again, ooh, nice, Power Up Red. And again, that really could have just been me misunderstanding what they said when they released it, and that could have just meant that there was a corresponding card in the actual Halloween set and not necessarily one that came with the corresponding mask. But that was kind of the impression that I had. And again, I could be wrong on that, but that was another thing that I had an issue with the Halloween thing. But again, overall, I was kind of impressed that they were able to get that out in time for Halloween, at least for me. And I'm sorry to the people that didn't get it in time. So I believe that was all of my concerns, and I really wanted to address them in this video because I hope that someone watches this from MetaZoo. And even if they don't like to hear the criticism, maybe they can just internalize some of this, because I do think it's fixable. I think the customer support is fixable. I think the logistical stuff is fixable. And the logistical stuff might take a little bit more time, but I don't understand the customer support. They gave us a specific person. I'm not going to say who it is. I'm not going to say their email. But they gave us a specific person. If you contacted customer support for the Mothman promo card, they said you would be better off just contacting this person directly. They're in charge of shipping. And we contacted that person directly. And my girlfriend got no response from them either until I finally said from my email, hey, look, my girlfriend wants this card. Here's her email address. Check your email. She's emailed you a dozen times. Then they sent her tracking, but it was for the wrong card. And I just thought that was, oh, Metal Man of Alabama. And I feel bad for her, honestly. And it's something that really made me want to make this video. Because honestly, I selfishly wanted her to be interested in MetaZoo like I am, so we could enjoy this together like I do with my best friend. I mean, my best friend, Chris, me and him do this together. Every time a new product drops, we're super hyped about it. We can't wait to get it. And we talk about, we're going to grade this, we're going to grade that. Here's the chase card we want. And we can't wait for each new product. Now, there's one other thing I want to address, and again, this is a little bit of a more complex issue that I don't think has as easy of a solution. This new map pricing thing, I think, kind of screws a lot of the people that are selling MetaZoo, because a lot of the new sets, the new core sets that are coming out, they're really dropping in value immediately after release on the secondary market. And these MetaZoo partners or LGSs or whatever the term is for people that are like licensed distributors of MetaZoo, they've got this map pricing where they've still got to sell it for like $130 or $120 or whatever, when the secondary market value is down to like 80 or 90. Like Seance right now, I think is probably a little bit over 90, but a lot of these people still have to sell it for over $100. And I think those people are kind of screwed. And then if you want to pre-order it, you've got to pay the full $150. And on the secondary market, there's already people listing it for $90. But if you want to pre-order it from a reputable source like Argos, for example, they're forced to uphold these kind of crazy prices that I don't think, based on what the singles are going for, are really justified. So there's that. Let's see, what was the other thing? There was something with clumping I wanted to talk about, but I'm trying to recall. Let's just get through a couple more of these packs and I'll think on it. But yeah, those were a couple things. But like I said, there's a lot of positives to MetaZoo. I think the real world basis for the characters and the cryptids and the locations, I think is a really cool concept. And I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. I'm not trying to be the guy that complains. But this has been something that's been kind of building up for me over months of being a big MetaZoo fan and supporter. And it just seems like it's getting to kind of a point where it's honestly kind of ridiculous at this point how many things, just small things, have added up that just don't really seem right. Rock Rain and a reverse hollow Blood Ruby. And I'm kind of curious to know in the comment section below, have you guys had a similar experience? If you guys have any similar MetaZoo complaints, let me know in the comment section below. I'm curious if a lot of you guys, I'm really curious about the Mothman thing, if you guys went to the Mothman Festival and received your Mothman promo card or not. I was fortunate to receive mine, got it in time, sent it to PSA. I actually got a 10. I actually got my grades today. And luckily for me, I mean, I got what I wanted. I got my card. I got my promo card. It's a 10. I'm going to keep it forever. I'm never going to sell that thing. And it's a really good memory for me. I mean, I had a lot of fun at the festival, but the reason we went, we wanted these promo cards, and it was a nice memory that she could have had as well. And I know I keep harping on the same point, but I'm curious to know if you guys got a response from customer service or got your stuff, or, just let me know in the comment section below what your experience has been so far. Okay. Piazza Bird artwork pack. I'm trying not to cut the cards here. And I am kind of curious if I'm going to get any type of response or even backlash from MetaZoo. Because like I said, they put me on some list of like MetaZoo creators or whatever where they'll send me some product so I can open it when a new set comes out. Although they didn't do that for Seance, which I'm not complaining about that. But hopefully I don't get taken off this list because of this. I think these are very genuine, very valid complaints. And I don't, I think it is kind of messed up that people are afraid to say these things because they don't want to get punished for it. Blood Ruby Full Hollow. And I don't either, but I really think these things need to be said. And then, here's another thing with the Halloween packs I wanted to talk about. Yeah, and I want to know if you guys noticed this as well. I thought maybe, just maybe, the Halloween packs might have been rushed out for Halloween because the quality didn't seem as good for the Halloween packs as really anything else. And I'm curious because I sent... Oh, that one's got some chipping on the back, speaking of quality. You see that? But the quality didn't seem as good. Like some of the hits, that frogman that was dressed like a Mothman, I got probably 3 or 4 of those that were terribly off-center or had crazy whitening and chipping. And I'm curious to see, because I sent a lot of the Halloween cards to get graded. I'm curious to see what those grades come back because the quality really didn't seem as good. And I don't know if that was because they rushed it out or what the deal was with that, but that was another thing I noticed with the Halloween packs. Full Hollow Lizard Man of Scape or Swamp. Still no Mothman yet, but we have had some good pulls. A Frogman, Power Up Red, Chaos Crystal. So yeah, let me know in the comments below your experience with MetaZoo. What have the negatives been? What have the positives been? And I think right now the positives still, for me, outweigh the negative, but the negative certainly seems to be piling up, especially with some of the substantial, like the high value orders that I've been placing. Has been something that, I don't know, it just really rubs me the wrong way. But like I said, I really enjoy it. It's been one of my favorite hobbies. I enjoy it more than Pokemon. When I got back into collecting, I started with Pokemon, and MetaZoo has been the thing lately that I'm way more into. I'm way more interested. It's way more fun. It seems like it's way more engaging because they have so many different drops, so many different really cool things. I think the tarot cards were really cool. That was a fun drop. The eBay packs were really cool. I like this like big variety of collabs that they do. Full Hollow Piazza Bird, very nice. I like all these like random little collabs that they do. It's fun. It's just really engaging, and it really engages the collector's mentality. I am definitely a collector. I love collecting things. My friends probably consider me a hoarder, but I like having all these different things to collect, all these different sets to complete, all these different products that you can hoard in your MetaZoo collection. I love it, and I think it's really fun. But I would really like to see them step up the customer service and the logistics, especially considering the amount of money they're making. I mean, the Kickstarter debacle, they made over $2 million off of that Kickstarter. We're not talking about a small mom and pop company here. They have resources. They have money. Oh, okay. This is a really big one. So maybe I need to timestamp this video. Oh, upside down card. This is something I really, really want to address because this really bothered me. I completely forgot about this. This is a big one. So my main channel, it's a bodybuilding channel. I cover professional bodybuilding contests. I'm like a sports broadcaster for professional bodybuilding. I have the biggest professional bodybuilding contest coverage channel in the world. 1.24 million subscribers on that channel. Full Hollow Slide Rock Bolter. I have a few connections in the bodybuilding industry. So I talked to Mike. Well, I said in a live chat to Mike, hey, look, you're doing all these expos, all these collecticons, the Mothman Festival. They're doing a Frogman Festival now in Ohio. They're doing all these little events with MetaZoo. They're doing all these little cryptid conventions. I said, look, there's this thing in Ohio, not very far away from Loveland, by the way. It's called the Arnold Classic, the Arnold Sports and Fitness Expo. It is the largest sports and fitness expo in the world. They've got all kinds of vendors. Imagine a Comic-Con, but for fitness and bodybuilding and supplements. And they've got like comic book vendors and stuff there too with, like muscular characters and all kinds of stuff like that. It ranges, but it's mostly fitness based. It's like a Comic-Con for meatheads, but it's huge. It's the largest of its kind. It's the largest in the world. And I happen to be pretty well connected to the people that run the Arnold Classic, and it's the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger's show. It's a really big deal. And I said to Mike in this live chat, I think it was on Argos' channel, hey, would you be interested in potentially having a booth at the Arnold Classic? I think it could reach a lot of new customers because it's a base that you don't typically apply to. It is a massive expo. It's I would say it's bigger than the majority of the Comic-Cons outside of like New York or San Diego. It's a very big event. It's a lot of the demographic that MetaZoo is. It's a lot of young guys. It's a lot of like the high school, college aged guy crowd, which is, there's a lot of overlap with that in trading cards. A lot of 18 to 30-year-olds. It would be a good demographic, and potentially you could discuss having some kind of Arnold Schwarzenegger related promo card that you hand out maybe at the booth to try to get people interested. Hey, what is this MetaZoo thing? And maybe people would want this Arnold Schwarzenegger card that would bridge the gap into the, get them into the trading card game, because there's all kinds of routes that could go with it. Even if they didn't do one of Arnold Schwarzenegger, since it wouldn't really make sense because he's not a cryptid, even though they've done some of like, Steve Aoki and other celebrities and influencers and stuff. There's an Arnold Schwarzenegger statue there, which is like iconic. They could do a card for the statue, something like that a bodybuilding fan would be interested in getting. So anyway, I kind of spitballed this idea to Mike in a live chat, and he said, yeah, send me the email, and if you can make it happen, just email me. So I set up Mike with an email of the guy. I did like a group email, like an introductory email. I set up Mike an email conference with the guy that runs the Arnold Classic. He is behind Arnold Schwarzenegger. He is the most important person at the Arnold Classic. He could make it happen. If they wanted a free booth, he'd probably just give them one. If they wanted permission to use Arnold's image on a promo card, he's the guy that would do it. He could give them whatever they want at the Arnold Classic, the largest sports festival in the world. So I kind of put my neck out for Mike, and I texted him. I texted this guy that runs the Arnold, and I said, hey, there's this trading card game that I'm into. I told the guy, there's this Arnold Classic, and maybe you'd be interested in having a booth. And so the guy that runs the Arnold reached out to Mike. He sent him an email, and Mike said, he replied to him and said, I'm going to forward it over to my team and have them discuss it with you, with the guy that runs the Arnold. And a few weeks later, my friend that runs the Arnold, he texted me and said, hey, your trading card guy ghosted me. He never got back to me. They never discussed it with me. So that was one thing that really, they didn't have to. They didn't have to do it. They didn't have to get a booth at the Arnold Classic. I totally understand that. It's not their market. I thought it would be interesting and unique, whatever. But to just not finish the conversation, it was just something that really rubbed me the wrong way, especially after having all these customer service emails, because I kind of stuck my neck out there, because even though I'm friends with this guy, it was a little bit random for me to ask him about getting a booth for a trading card company at the Arnold Classic. I know they have some booth space available, and I know that if they wanted to do this Arnold Schwarzenegger trading card or promo card, he would be the guy that could get that done. And he actually seemed very receptive to it when I was talking to him on the phone, and Mike or his team never got back to this guy. And that kind of really rubbed me the wrong way, because I do think that would have been a massive opportunity for them, because I think this is bigger. It's certainly bigger than any Collecticon I've been to. It's bigger than any Cryptid or Mothman or any of those festivals that I've been to. The Arnold Classic is way, way bigger than any of those. And I think it would have been massive for them, honestly. And they probably could have gotten their booth for free. Just by me asking, just by me making this introduction. They probably could have worked out a really good deal or gotten it for free and just had to pay for travel and maybe whatever cost of printing a promo card. But I think they would have reached a massive new market, and it was just something that they blew off. And then on the other hand, not that Mike owes me any respect or, any regard, but it kind of is like disrespectful to me, because I kind of went out on a limb, even though it was my idea to make the introduction. It's like to completely blow me off in front of this guy that's very important and blow him off as well. It just makes me look bad for sticking my neck out there for somebody that just kind of blew the guy off. So that was one thing that really kind of bothered me on a personal level, because I was just trying to help. And again, they don't owe me anything. They don't owe me any respect. They didn't have to even respond to the guy. Mike did respond once to the introductory email, so I'll give him that credit, but they never responded to him again after that. Ghost Train Full Hollow, very nice. So that was one thing that kind of just, I don't know. Like I said, they don't owe me anything. They don't have to do it. It was just some idea that I had. It wasn't their idea. They didn't ask me to do it, so I totally understand in that regard. But it was just like, man, with all these issues that I've had with getting a response email from customer service, the fact that this is a really important guy that I had reach out to them, and the fact that they just blew it off, I don't know. It just seems like, it makes me wonder how they are getting so many of these really big brand opportunities if they're blowing off pretty much the largest sports and fitness festival brand on the planet that would have been willing to basically give them something. I mean, it wouldn't have really cost them anything. The most it would have cost them was maybe a couple grand. And it would have been, I think, a massive opportunity. So that's another thing. And again, that one is a little bit more understandable because it was my idea, but I just wanted to talk about it because I felt like it was something that, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that one in the comment section below. I thought it was a cool idea, and I think people would have enjoyed it at the Arnold Classic, and I think MetaZoo would have done really well there. But I think that's basically it for my list of complaints. I think that does wrap it up, and I don't want it to be an overly negative video, but I thought if I was going to do a critical video of MetaZoo, I should do it opening up one of my favorite products of theirs. I should do it while also complimenting the things that I like about the brand. I should do it while also promoting one of their products by opening it up and talking about it, and just to show that I'm not a MetaZoo hater. I bought this box. I paid over $500 for it because I love the brand. I love the product. I love opening it. I love collecting it. So I thought that would be a little bit more in good faith with this video, to be opening the product while I list these things. But it's like a lot of the big MetaZoo influencers, and none of them are really that big because it's still kind of a small growing brand. They are either partners or distributors or retailers or LGSs, and it's kind of baked into their contract, or at least in their understanding, that if you're going to be a MetaZoo partner, you can't badmouth the brand. You can't be complaining. You can't be someone that has these videos publicly complaining about the brand. And I just feel like no one has made a video like this. A lot of the people that I've talked to that are also into MetaZoo have had a lot of these same issues, a lot of these same problems, and a lot of these same complaints. But I've never seen anybody really make a video voicing any of this stuff that has any type of decent following. And granted, this channel is still pretty small. I've only got like 12,000 followers on here, and this video probably won't even get 1,000 views. But it's like, I just feel like people are afraid to talk about it, and I just wanted to get these things out there one way or another, and still, like I said, have it be in good faith, because these are cards that I'm opening for me to collect, to grade, looking for some Mothman to collect, to grade. And it's this is totally good faith. I'm going to continue to support the brand. I'm going to continue to buy their products, but I just really hope that they hear what I'm saying in this video and take it not as hate, not as unfounded criticism, not as just somebody that wants to drag the brand down. I'm not a guy that gets obsessed with tearing down MetaZoo. I've seen a lot of channels and a lot of people that are just completely devoted to tearing MetaZoo apart and hating on MetaZoo, talking crap about every aspect of the brand. That's not what I'm trying to do. I think that as a collector, as a fan of MetaZoo, these are things that collectors and fans who will continue to collect and buy and support MetaZoo, these are things that we would like to see fixed. These are concerns that I think we would all like to see addressed for people that are not hating the brand, not trying to tear it down, but for people that want to continue to build it up. So I just hope that's how my criticism is taken. It's not taken in a negative way. But the biggest thing, I really wanted to do this to kind of stick up for my girlfriend a little bit, and hopefully maybe this video will get her that promo card, because honestly, it kind of made me angry to see. And I know this is like first world problems, and this is like not a big deal. It's a promo card from a trading card company. But to see my girlfriend get so excited about this promo card, and for her to be showing me her phone, like, look at the tracking, it's almost in Ohio. Look at the tracking, it's almost here. Oh my God, it's out for delivery. And then when she got the delivered notification that it was in the mailbox, she literally like screamed with excitement. She's like, oh, it's here, it's here, it's here. And she goes out to the mailbox, and she just comes back totally dejected. They didn't even send her the right card. And it's just like, it made me angry, to be honest. I felt bad for her. It was a bad experience with MetaZoo for somebody that could have been potentially a new customer. And I wonder how many other people that were potentially going to be new fans or customers of MetaZoo had a similar experience. And I think it's just unfortunate. Now, hopefully, we can pull a Mothman out of here to make up for the lack of Mothman Festival promo for my girl. And maybe we can grade that and give that to her. But I don't know. We'll see what happens with this video. Maybe I'll become blacklisted by MetaZoo and maybe they won't like me anymore. But I just think these things needed to be said and needed to be addressed. And, oh, nice Death Beam. And I really would like to get an update on the Dimac MetaZoo rugs. I would like to get the promo card for my girlfriend. Even if MetaZoo hates me after this video, I would like to still support them and still buy product and still get the product that I buy. I like the brand. All right, how many packs we got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we still got a shot at a Mothman here. And if there's anything that I missed, like I said, anything that you guys would address with MetaZoo that I did not mention here, please let me know in the comments below. I know like one of the obvious ones is that like every new drop, ooh, nice, another Death Beam. It's like every new drop sells out in a matter of seconds. Like Topps was one that was like that. When the first Topps Series 0 dropped, everybody was waiting and the site crashed and like half the people that were waiting didn't get anything. And there's been a lot of issues like that. Another complaint that's not really MetaZoo's fault at all is I bought one of the NFT tokens and somehow my account got hacked and my token got stolen and transferred to somebody else. So I had like a $1,500 MetaZoo NFT to try to get these exclusive NFT products or whatever. And whatever MetaMask or whatever the account was not secure and somehow got hacked and my shit got stolen. But that was probably more my fault than anybody else's. Whatever password or whatever was not secure enough. But I only had that for a couple months and then my NFT was gone. So that sucked, but that was just another negative experience that I had that really wasn't their fault, but it was not a great MetaZoo experience that I had. Honestly, I don't have any NFTs at all. I'm big into crypto as far as I love the meme of Dogecoin. I have hundreds or over $100,000 worth of Dogecoin. And I've never bought an NFT except for that MetaZoo NFT. That's how big of a supporter I am of MetaZoo. And then it pretty immediately got hacked and transferred to somebody else that I don't even know in some other country. So there was that. Reverse hugging Molly. But yeah, you know, I don't really watch much bodybuilding content, even though I have a bodybuilding channel. I mostly watch other MetaZoo creators. I watch Argos all the time. I try to catch all his live streams. I watch MetaMan. I watch Cryptid Nation News. He does really good videos of like these 20-minute weekly breakdowns of like every possible piece of MetaZoo information for the week or for the month and all this new product information, all this really cool stuff. I would highly recommend Cryptid Nation News. He has a really underrated channel. His channel is fantastic. And if you have not subscribed to him, I highly, highly recommend that. So shout out to him. Shout out to Argos. Shout out to MetaMan. I'm trying to think if I'm forgetting anybody, but there's a lot of great MetaZoo creators out there that have really enjoyable content and not negative content like this video, but this is just one that I thought really needed to get out there. They did have I will say at the Mothman Festival, they did have the Mothman Festival MetaZoo t-shirts, which were cool, and you were able to purchase. So that was one thing I was able to leave with as far as a souvenir. And I did buy, see, that's how big of a supporter I am of MetaZoo. They were selling UFO booster boxes, and they were selling t-shirts at the booth, and they were selling UFO for $150 a box, even though the secondary market, oh nice, Piazza Bird, was down below 100. And even though we didn't get our promo cards, I bought her a shirt, I bought me a shirt, and I bought a full price $150 UFO booster box at the Mothman Festival. So I still supported the brand at 100% retail price, even after being disappointed for going on that trip for that promo card. I'm sure I'll probably think of something I forgot to say in this video when it's over, because now we got 2 packs left, but hopefully we can do some last pack magic and pull a Mothman. Even if we don't, we've gotten some pretty solid hits out of here. Which I really just wanted to open this so I could grade those. And ooh, nice. Another 11 Frogman. I cannot be mad at that. Alright, last pack magic. Can we pull a Mothman? Here we go, guys. One, two. This was a pretty hollow, heavy box. Meteor Shower, Dark Aura, Paralyze, Pass Trap, Lightning Bolt, Antidote, Morpheus, Hide Behind. Oh, that almost got me. A full hollow Chupacabra. Man, I almost thought that was a Mothman. Not a bad opening, though. So, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. MetaZoo or Mike or anybody from MetaZoo, if you're watching, again, I don't mean any offense. I hope this criticism is taken and just internalized a little bit. And maybe if you want to respond to any of this, leave a comment down below or email me or whatever. I would just like to see at least something from this video addressed. I don't know if I have a big enough reach with this channel to really accomplish that, but that's what I'm thinking. I love the brand still. I really appreciate everything that you guys have sent me for free and all that good stuff. Like I said, that creator influencer medal that you sent me is one of my prized possessions, and I posted it on my personal Facebook and stuff. I thought it was so cool. And I appreciate you guys, man. I really do. But these are just some things that I would like to see addressed. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Make sure you like and subscribe if you have not already. I love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Nick Strength and Pokemon, signing out.